Hey everybody. So this is going to be a two-part tutorial. This one, what I'm going to show you guys is how to manipulate anchors on shapes. And then the second video will be a really fast demo on layers, basic shapes, and how to kind of get started on your landscape project. Okay. So on this first one, guys, this is a little bit of playing, and I think you guys should definitely play with this before you start. Okay, so anyways, here we go. So I'm going to go File, always print, always inches, and landscape. A couple artboards, and we'll create. Okay, so in this first video, guys, I want to show you guys how to manipulate anchors. This is something that you will do quite a bit. This is something that is important in order to control all of the work that you do moving forward, okay? So here's how we're going to get started. I'm just going to start with a simple rectangle, okay? And I think you should too. I'm just going to click and drag, and there's my rectangle, okay? Notice that on the corners, how I have an anchor on each one, okay? If I come here and I hover, it'll tell you, oh, oops, I got the wrong tool. You will need your direct selection tool, okay? If I come and hover, it'll show you that this is an anchor, okay? Well, if I click that anchor and activate that anchor, you can see that your anchor point control bar will appear up here, okay? But just to get started, if I click and drag, you can see I can change this anchor, okay? It is independent from the other three, okay? Another thing that I can do is I can come up here and I can hover and it'll tell you what you're about to do. So this one is changing it from a corner anchor to a smooth anchor. And this one would be if you have a smooth anchor and want to change to a corner. Since I'm using a rectangle and all four corners is at a corner, I'm going to do smooth anchor. When I do that, I get these handles. Okay, if I come up here, you can see the word handle. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to manipulate that anchor point using a handle, okay? I can flex and bend each segment that has been selected. Now, notice how when I move this handle, notice how the other handle moves with it, okay? So right now they are dependent on this anchor point, okay? They are not independent from one another. If I want to make those independent from one another, what I need to do is I need to come over to my pen tool, right click, and I need to go to this anchor point tool, and it's Shift C, okay? So I just come over here and maneuver one, manipulate it, and now you can see that that was independent from the other one. So when I move it, see how the other one stays put, okay? And it does not move. Once I've done it for the first time, then I can go back and choose my direct selection tool, okay? The shortcut's A, okay? Right now I'm going to the toolbar every time to show you guys, all right? But normally I would be shortcutting things, okay? And notice I can kind of do just whatever I want now, independent from one another, okay? So that is how you can manipulate your anchor points, okay? You can also use the anchor point add and the anchor point delete. I'm going to start with the delete because it does exactly what you would think it would do. I come up to an anchor, I click on it, and it deletes it. See you bye. Okay, it's gone. All right, I'm going to Control Z that and go back. Okay, so that way I go back to the original. And then an anchor add is just probably what you think. You're just going to add an anchor. Okay, and then from here I can manipulate that anchor as well. Okay, so now you can see I've added more anchors, okay? And I can change it. I can move the handle, okay? Okay, and if I want to, again, guys, if I want to go to those anchors and isolate that, I need that anchor point tool, and now this one is dependent from the other, okay? So anyways, that is a really quick tutorial on anchor manipulation. You have the direct selection tool, you have the anchor tool, you have the delete, you have the add, and then you have the control panel up here that allows you to, one, I can put a corner on here. Let me click off of that so you guys can see. I can add a corner. I can add a smooth. This is like show handles. You always want to show handles. And then this one is like if you want to cut a path, okay? I can come over here, click on that. Whoops. You got to make sure that you activate that anchor before you work on that anchor, okay? There you go. And now that's cut. Alright guys, so anyways, that's anchor manipulation. Make sure you watch this video before you go to the next one, and also do as I do. Alright, kind of play around and manipulate some anchors on some different shapes. Okay?